Just give me a moment and we'll get it rolling. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to grab your pens and papers. Get your charts open. So get ready to mark down some stuff. Got the chat box open this time, so don't miss out on anything, just in case anything goes wrong. And with that, welcome everybody. This is your boy Satoshi motherfucking Heavy signing in here. It's a dose of Forex, crypto Forex and stocks, but we ain't covering Forex or stocks today. Just because crypto's moving. There's no real reason to trade anything else right now. Some stocks have been popping up, but no real reason. So with that, let's begin. Alright, wrong side. Wow, this beautiful music. Alright. So again, welcome everybody. It's your boy, Social Heavy, aka Doc Contreras, signing in here. Let me get the feng shui moving, flowing in here. Oh shit. Turned off. I didn't want to be turned off. It's a little hot in here. Turn on the fan. Alright. So again, if everybody's not aware of what is going to be discussed today, it is day trades, stocking day trades. All we're looking for on our two shows or episodes, whatever you want to call them. Our live streams that we do a week on Tuesday and Thursday are primarily just to look for trade setups. We're not really trying to do an Elliott wave count on a higher degree to try to figure out what's happening. We're just trying to look at the lower degree time frame to see if we have a trade setup at that current moment, or do we have a trade setup coming in the coming moments or within the next 24 hours. So that's exactly what's going to be discussed on this hopefully 30-minute segment. And we're going to cover the coins that I have tweeted and quoted or whatever cash tagged on that tweet. So with that, we'll start with Ethereum, just because I've been actually let's try with Bitcoin, just because it's Bitcoin. Ooh, shit. I did not like the sound of that. So Bitcoin rallied harder than I anticipated. From my primary idea today. My idea was that we're going to break this high SFP it and trade below it and reverse. But obviously when we broke above it, we never traded back below it. And now we're continuously making higher highs with higher lows. And so I know for a fact that my idea that I had was wrong. So now I'm looking at a buy the dip opportunity in the coming moments. And the reason for that is because our lower time for my trigger time frame, whatever you want to call it, is coming into a buying opportunity. These indicators are both coming to a reset opportunity, hidden divergence, whatever you want to call it. As long as we maintain this order block here, which I think no matter what, we're going to dip down like this. And then from that moment, hopefully that moment comes closer to midnight. Because the closer to midnight that it happens, the more likely that low will be the actual low. Because you're going to be trading with that, a 2-hour London order block right there. And you're going to hopefully if we're right, we're trading with that institutional money flow, And so that's the setup right now. Now, if you didn't short right here on this divergence that was seen, or right here on that retest, because I teach people in Elevate that if you don't get the trade on a divergence, so say if you miss this trade, that entry point, which is a risky entry point, because no divergence is true until proven. And so the better trade's always the retest, which is this trade right here. which you hopefully hope that it hits the 786, which is where your entry is. And look how well that setup always works for some reason. In crypto, at least. I have not done this in stocks or anything like that. So that would have been the entry based on that theory. And what you're now looking for is a break of this entire swing in less time. But that didn't happen. So since we didn't break this entire swing in less time, that's why I'm thinking this is going to be a buy to dip opportunity. Just because we're not breaking anything in less time than it has been created. If this was truly going to be a reversal, this entire move from this high to this low to this high would be broken in less time and complexity, but it didn't happen. So since we didn't do that, the likelihood of this high point right here, all this divergences, this exhaustion, this bullish exhaustion being an actual reversal is probably going to be less likely true, and more likely it's going to be false, and the hidden divergence that we're seeing is going to be the actual trade we want to get on. So that's the primary thesis on Bitcoin. I'm in a small short on Ethereum from right here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nothing crazy, up 10% on it, nothing crazy. Like I said, I was expecting us to trade lower. Like this high, we actually went higher. This high was higher than I anticipated, and therefore I changed my idea slightly. I think this is going to be a wave 4 of some degree. So yeah, just be very mindful of that. Bitcoin's kind of dumping like I anticipated. I would really like us to test the D1 open to be really satisfied with an entry point on Bitcoin. And now let's get to Ethereum to see what levels we are working with Ethereum. Basically the same idea with Ethereum, since we're in a different degree. Again, I'm not really sure what Bitcoin's doing. I'm praying that everything is running right too, because no one's talking, which is very rare. Very, very rare that no one's actually chatting. That's very rare. So I'm probably going to close this E short just because I'm satisfied with my result now. It's basically coming to the level where I anticipated a reaction. That this is totally bottomed out, which is against my rules now trade with. So I'm just going to close this now. That's basically it. Day trading is not trying to hit those home runs. It's trying to hit those consistent trades over and over and over again. Hit those 2%ers, 5%ers. There's not very often you're gonna get this home run, this entire run. It's not very often you're gonna hit that unless you're just really, really, really working well with it and understanding certain concepts and stuff like that. And again, this gets my rules. So it's the same idea here. I'm really looking at a buying opportunity here. I'm not gonna rush it. Let's draw some levels on Ethereum real quick. So we want this order block to hold for Ethereum. If this order block doesn't hold, then we're gonna be in some trouble. That's why I kind of closed here. Although it's a premature close, because this is probably a weak order block. The reason why I say it's probably a weak order block is because notice how close these lows are to this order block. And so unless we quickly reverse, I don't think this is going to be a good order block. It's probably going to come down to this one, which will probably invalidate this idea. If we retrace lower than this order block, then this is wrong. Well, not this. That is wrong. And then this is probably just something I don't really know. Again, I'm not trying to anticipate what's going to happen. That's for the weekends. And but if we do retrace lower than this order block I have stated, which it kind of looks like it might actually happen, then I'm going to anticipate that this idea is wrong. Obviously, I have it holding this low. That happens, and I anticipate that this is most likely that was very, very hard, because to me this is two 5-wave patterns. This is a 3-wave. which makes it flat. This was 5 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless that, there's really no other idea for me besides that, and or maybe an ABC. And this is C wave, and now we're trending down significantly like this, which is possible. Break this low, trade right here. Let's look at some levels real quick. I didn't look at that. Probably should have held that short. I kind of broke a rule on one of the rules when I closed. I was supposed to close partial because this didn't tell me that it's actually going to reverse yet. I'm looking for that flip there, along with this flip here in tandem, which obviously is nowhere close right now. So I probably should have held partial. I don't know why I closed fully there. Broke a rule. This looks heavy. No pun intended. If I was in a position, I would definitely hold this. If I was in a short position. Unfortunately, I closed it not prematurely, but my system tells me that I can't hold this at least the full position because these are now bottomed out. And we're on our order block. Although it's probably gonna be a weak order block because of those things I'm stating. And it's probably gonna test these. Most likely this order block with this one. If that happens, like I said, then this is probably going a lot further down. Not rushing. This is a buying opportunity in my opinion, but this looks heavy, so I'm not going to rush into it. We're below the D1 open, so not when you're below the D1 open, it's one pretty simple concept. When you're below the D1 open, you're bearish. When you're above it, you're bullish. Pretty simple concept that works phenomenally. If you just go back in history, look at that. Plot the D1 open and see where price is and where it goes. You'd be surprised in how often just following that simple concept. And you'd be right. Probably like 45 to 50. And if you use some other very simple concepts like 2 time frame concept or this other trading concept, you have a very good chance of being successful. Understanding that. So the D1 open, this has to happen quick if this is going to be a true idea. I don't like that we're below our D1 open. I don't like that all these bounces were on our D1 open and we didn't do anything with it. And we rejected this D1 high pretty significantly. This high was made here. We rejected it heavily and traded below the D1 open. This is probably going to go lower and try to seek the D1 low. Anticipate. Damn, I'm really, really salty to close that short. Again, I was very happy. I was happy with my wins, but again, what I should have done was close 50 to 70% and let the rest ride. But I don't know what happens. For some reason, Bybit doesn't let you trade a short and a long open on the East USD perpetual. But it does on the USDT perpetual, which makes no sense to me. You could, yeah, I don't understand that. My email Ben from Bybit, big bro, fix this shit. It's not cool. So this order block is in jeopardy. It's a 5-hour order block, and if it held this time, it held there and there. But notice how we didn't really make a new swing high. So unless we do that, this is in jeopardy. That's why this is very crucial. We hold this order lock on that 13-minute time frame. Doesn't look like we're going to though. I want to close out of it for me to think about entering. So that level there. And in order to confirm that, I'll look for this simple idea there. It's very simple, but it usually goes very well with everything else I look for. Okay, that's ETH. Looking for a reaction here. We're getting a decent reaction. I might... I'm going to actually put this on this side here so I can keep watching this. So, hold on. Give me a second here. Okay. Let's go to... Wrong side, wrong chart. What chart was this? Oh, yeah, I was on a 4 square chart. I was like, why does it make sense? So it's not good that we're actually trading below this order block here because there's really, unless we hold this level here, which is a pretty steep retrace. And I'll look for this order block to have a reaction, which is lines up with this golden pocket, which is, oh, you could allow that. I just don't like how all this structure is up here. I like that we retraced the 0.382 because that makes it so this most likely, if this is truly an impulse up, this if this is really 5 waves, then this is that 382 enhances that possibility. Now as long as we regain like a bearish order block on a higher degree, like right there. Again, if you don't know what order blocks are, if you have trouble understanding what order blocks are, I have a very, very good video on my Twitter account, so go watch that. I'll go retweet it today. You better pin that or something. It's very good. It's not on YouTube, which I probably should put it on YouTube. So I'm gonna actually put that on YouTube since it's free. I mean, I'll release it for free on Twitter. Huh. Perfect. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So this is an order block that, in order for this idea to be true, first of all, I don't like that we're trading below that low. Which is, this is an order block here. I don't like that we're trading below it. Probably gonna seek that. This is probably your structure here. Running flat. Look for a 1-to-1 at least, which is in this order block. So we'll see order block, what SFP level. We'll see where it goes though. Underneath the 618 here, I'm bearish, and this idea was wrong. So if we start trading below here, this is gonna go lower, and I'm wrong. This looks so heavily like 5 of impulse. 5 waves, WXY, flats, contracting flats, or you could argue neutral triangle. If that's the case, then I'm expecting. What's weird is this looks like a 5 waves up, If this is all it took to make this move up, making you high, then this is going to be extremely volatile. In a perfect world, structure-wise, I would expect this. And this will be the mother god of all loads. You better hope for. In order to confirm all that, you look for indicators and stuff, but again, we need these levels to hold. I would like us to regain this level and close on 13 minute. If we can engulf this candle, that'd be fucking fantastic. On the hourly, we definitely see how we have no really significant candles on this move up on the hourly. That's why I was like, man, I didn't like that we moved down like that. I mean, I guess that level is the one you would like to close above on the hourly. But if we could start maybe building a base in this order block on the hourly, maybe I'd be hopeful with it, but I'm not really excited with the fact that we moved below the level I wanted to stay above. So I'm going to stick with this idea that I might be wrong on this interpretation, since we're trading underneath this level. I need to see some things though. Not in a trade on Link. This is way too complex for me to really understand what was going on. So I couldn't trade it with confidence. Okay, what else is there? I wanted to touch base on. I want to touch on Litecoin because Litecoin was kind of moving recently. Haven't touched on Litecoin in a minute. I like to get some sort of understanding on a higher degree, so I'm like not totally blindsided. My first interpretation is that we're gonna expect another move down. This is a triangle, which I probably should be looking at this chart. Much better. Yeah, the way I would interpret this is that this move broke many lows in a very quick fashion, so you anticipate a similar move on at some point on the side. At some point, this looks like a ABC that formed. This looks like an ABC that formed to the downside. I'm thinking this is gonna rally up like that. So I'll look at this lower every time. Why are these so fucked up? Give me a second. Oh. I mean, to me, this is pretty fucking. As long as this holds, my opinion, this will confirm that this is a buying opportunity. Expect Litecoin to at least test this high. Look at some levels here real quick. We're already breaking a D1 high, so this tells me that these now, if we are to retest these highs, we're most likely going to moon because these stops that were up here, up above here, are now taken out. So there's probably no more, unless these people are really like, I need this shit to go down. Then step back in and reshort, and other people who reshorted it, and then again place more stops right there. Then obviously this process will repeat. For now, this looks like a flat, a triangle. I'm expecting. Let's go to 1 hour. Don't need this on. As long as like this order block here holds, I expect this to move up. Then this idea will be invalid once we start trading below the 786. Extreme more, I wouldn't be in a trade if we were below the golden pocket. If I were to buy this pocket thing up here. Invalid trading below the 786. As soon as it trade below the 786, I'm expecting it to break the low. Unless we're in like some weird ending triangle complex fucking formation that can happen, but you don't ever anticipate because they're rare. Some nasty wicks. So this looks like it's going to be a pretty good idea here. That's going to end up going lower. Looking for a buying opportunity here. This is the 7 minutes. Interesting. Looking for a reset on the 15-minute to confirm a buying opportunity, which will probably map up with this as a low point as well. Which will be a better retrace point for this idea. You expect a retrace of 386 at a bare minimum for any true impulse. So, I mean, if you got, and this is, that's a pretty shitty setup. It's not really a good trade unless you got into that short right there, which is would have been a really good entry. But I think maybe you could short this like this, but that's a pretty. I mean, it's a 2.2. You don't need to go that. You want to aim for a 3.0. At a bare minimum, go for a 3.0. Unless you're balls and want to put your stop right there, which would be very ballsy. But it's possible with that microstructure right here, possibly being like a weird flat. Then you can do it, but not my kind of tea right there. I'm looking for that long opportunity. It looks like 5 up on Litecoin, and anticipating its range high being ran. Invalid, trading below 122 and 69 cents. Looking for a reaction at $131. This is really going to be the idea I'm thinking it's going to be. We're aiming for a bare minimum of 618 of the move. That is its, I would consider a sister wave, which is there. So at a bare minimum, we'd anticipate this level being hit, which would be an increase I'll put my stop right there and then watch it. It's a 7.0 to, on the low side, a 6.0. And a bare minimum, I'll take partial profit at range high. You'd anticipate a reaction always happening there. That's a 4.88. If we break this low here, which would be my stop, I would wait to see what would happen. I don't really like those really deep retraces. I don't. On bullish moves. For some reason, on bearish moves, it tends to be okay on really deep retraces. But on bullish moves, a deeper retrace, less likely it's going to happen. On bullish moves in crypto, they tend to be high retracements rather than really deep. But you can allow them every now and then. But below the 786, I'll be bearish. So if we break below that stop area, I'll at least have to wait for that level to be regained, and I'll look for entry on a lower time frame, and then place my stop basically at the same level, and still anticipate that high being ran. And then at that point, though, sorry, this is a little bit more of an analysis at this point because I haven't TA'd Litecoin in a while. Just 1 or 2 because it was moving well. I thought that this reaction from at first I didn't know what was going on, but at this point I had a better idea, so now I wanted to concrete the idea. And so the reaction, what I anticipate after this point, it would be a move down. And I guess the last thing we could talk about, hold on. EOS has a pretty good reaction so far. I might slightly enter it. I'm just looking at where'd that other chart go? There it is. Not quite there yet. Close. Okay. Okay, Link's not looking too hot. What else did we say we're gonna cover today? I mean, I guess we're gonna cover like XRP, just because it tends to move. It's an interesting position right now, in my opinion. That's what I'll say. In a very interesting position. I know I have this marked up on one of my charts. No. I could have sworn it did. There we are. So we didn't make that move down, and we are making that rally up, which I think is going to be this. So I think there's going to be a hard sell pretty soon. On XRP, how far did we retrace on this? One thing that's interesting is, to me, this looks like 5 waves up. A, B, W, X, Y, maybe. So I have to be very mindful of that. Just want to see how far we retrace. To the 886, that's a really deep retrace for an impulse. You wouldn't anticipate an impulse after that level of retrace. If this were to truly start impulsing and breaking swing highs, then I would anticipate that the way I looked at the structure was completely wrong, and this was most likely a weird triangle I completely just missed. A, B, C, D, E, which is honestly looks really good. I'm not gonna lie about that. Series of 3-way moves. A, B, C. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, or W, X, Y, whatever. A, B, C. So, in order, people are like, how do you choose it? How do you trade this? Exactly. If we break that high, then we know that this idea is wrong. Let's do this real quick. If we start trading over to 786, this idea is going to be wrong. We're already in the golden pocket, which is already a warning that this is not going to be a true reversal. So do I really think XRP is going to retrace that low? I don't know. I have to be very mindful. Again, this might be a freaking triangle. So I have some rules. If we start trading above this level here, I'm going to anticipate this idea is wrong. And this is actually a triangle. And this is going to start moving up to complete my larger what I want to trade. This. I want to buy this. I want to trade this move. It's just timing it. Is it happening now? It's all about timing. Pretty sure just following this on like the 5 hour would probably be good enough. But it's harder. I want a better entry on a lower time frame. We don't have a buy signal yet. It comes late on the 5 hour, so the 1 hour is already it wasn't a buy. I would argue if the 1 hour flips back to a buy, I might buy into XRP. To be continued on that. I'm anticipating, my original idea is that this is going to break lower, but I have, when I just looked at this, one could argue a triangle is formed. Very rare. Yeah, that's why I don't trade for them until they're actually proven. Alright, my friends. That's essentially it. Thank you all for tuning in. Unless you have any questions or concerns, this is about the time where I say peace out. Appreciate it, brother. I totally forgot to make this full screen. Sorry, guys and girls. Anyways, again, if you have any last minute questions or concerns, any last minute coins you want me to cover, I didn't cover ICX today because that's more like a long term hold. When I would argue right here that this high is when I would say this triangle idea will be confirmed. Yes, this X wave could rally higher, but I'm arguing that let's look at time real quick. Let's make some rules. So we won't anticipate this. If we make highs after this box, this idea, this triangle, this X wave idea is wrong. Oh, honestly, what coins are on Coinbase? What low cap coins are on Coinbase? Honestly, someone name a low cap coin on Coinbase. Someone, anyone. I know OXT is one. I'll look at that real quick. I just want to make some cash money. Yeah, Dodge is going nuts. I just don't. I totally fucked up. I totally forgot. Kraken has Dodge on it, and I only had like $1,000 open to trade with because I have all my money tied up in ICX. But still, Dodge went 300%, which could have made me a fucking $2,000 today, or $3,000, whatever the fuck it is. Can't math right now. So I'm kind of salty about that because I totally forgot Dodge on Kraken. It's making me really salty. Let's look at the reason why I say that. Well, I guess I'm gonna do that on my own. The reason why I say that though is because I anticipate the low cap coins on Coinbase to start kicking off. Everybody's gonna start hearing about freaking. This looks like 3 ways down, by the way. It's very interesting. Everybody's going to be interested about making money, and nobody's going to be interested about buying expensive-ass Bitcoin or expensive-ass Ethereum right now. Well, they will be, but, like, not as much as they're going to be looking and interested in buying things that are cheap. So, look at low caps. Like, I'm pretty sure OXT is on there, but tonight I'm going to do my research. Look what low cap coins are on Coinbase, and I'm going to post it to my group, and then this weekend I'll go over it. Okay, and about that triangle thing. If you make highs after this box is over, the triangle is true, and we're going to move up impulsively. In my opinion, if we break this high, I'll be more with the idea that this X wave idea is false, and I'm gonna be with my triangle idea. Let's look at some higher time frame stuff real quick. This is very interesting right here. We need this daily to close a little bit better than this. I'd like us if we can maintain this level on a daily close. So let's do something real quick. If we can maintain this level on a daily close, right? Close it. So right now we're not doing it. So if we can do it, close above it and then maintain it, I'm anticipating that this is going to actually move up from this point. This is very interesting to me right here. That. Notice how it's blue? It's a pretty good indication it's going to move up. Right? Now at this point, on that kick down, moved up. Pretty indication it's going to move down. It's been in a downtrend. Could get you in trouble if you're not quick on it. But pretty good indications. Right? So we gotta pay attention to stuff like that. It's very simple. And we gotta make it simple. 5 hours already in an uptrend, but look at all these wicks. I don't like that. Sometimes it's like looking at a naked chart again. Like that. Let's redraw levels to see if I redraw them the same way. Because sometimes you see things differently on a different day, which is weird, right? So it's a bearish order block. Here's another bearish order block. I'll say this one's better. Right there. But this one's actually doing some work, as you can tell. One can argue that this entire thing is a bearish order blocks there. This rally up. One can argue on a different time frame. Guarantee it. There's good ones right here. Everybody draws their order blocks differently. Again, if you have trouble with order blocks, you watch my video on order blocks. Some people include a wick, some people don't include a wick, some people only do the body, some people only do the bottom, like half the wick, whatever we're gonna call it. I don't like that. I hate this one. So these bearish close, these wicks make me really think this wants to go like this, test this. I would be a buyer down here. Just wait, they're moving up. All right, I'm gonna look at OXT, then get out of here. Just because, fuck it. I guess I'm gonna do USD. So that's the oldest chart. This doesn't look very old. Wow. It is cracking. I didn't expect that. Very interesting. There's simple levels aspects. I'm gonna look at a different chart. For some reason, I think this is kind of fucked up. Wow. I like this chart a lot. The reason why, look how long this downtrend has been happening. I know this is the Bitcoin chart, but I like the fact how long this has been downtrending. And I like the fact I could get 5 out of this. Very interesting. On very, very, very harsh distinct moments like this, one could allow a deep retrace, especially in a diagonal, which one could argue this is also a diagonal. So this tells me that this has a high chance, unless we're super getting effed up right here with the word ABC, which is possible, that this has a high chance of reversing after a significant downtrend that's been happening since here on this chart. Now on this move, if we trade below the 786, I'll be bearish. I don't like us to retrace that low. So as long as the Bitcoin pair holds that level, I'm anticipating the USD pair to actually move bullishly with it. But the only problem with that is can't really make sense of this chart. This is super. All I know is this is going to cause some volatility whenever the range is broken. You can tell it's forming into a triangle type thing, right? There's really no significant level. On the bullish side, I would like us to begin here. To me, there's no trade on OTX at this moment. There's too much uncertainty in terms of structure and what the hell's going to happen. To me, if anything, this was one single move. This is one single move. Like this. And this is actually a triangle at the end, which is possible, but the structure is very hard to. Damn, I should have held that short. Fucking dumped hard. I knew it. Horse shit. Anyways. So not really a trade for me on this coin at the moment. I'll need to see some things happen first, like some levels being gained. If it gains that level, I'll be looking for buying opportunities. Anticipate an expansion to the upside. Until then, I'm not going to trade it, though. What a dump. So yeah, that's essentially it. Thank you all. Thank you all my friends. Okay, this now doesn't look as bullish as it's obviously not going to happen anymore. So this is most likely the ABC. A, B, C. We didn't hold that order block. Like I thought we would hold that order block. We're not trying to get that. That's why I say it's always good to hold partials until your algorithm actually flips on you. But whatever you use for an entry. But anyways, if anyone has any last minute question concerns, this is your last time to ask them before I get out of here. If not, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Right into that other order block. It's funny how those things work on. And again, a little like note thing. Like this is pretty insightful, pretty helpful, and it's something I did not cover in my order block video. Something I did not understand up until like recently. Just by understanding, just like trading in the market. This looks like 5 waves down, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Expect a little rally, and then it's probably going to head lower. This is 5 down. I'm expecting this to be a short opportunity. And again, seek that D1 low. I'm going to be looking for this short opportunity if it happens at London. Between London. So it's going to be right here. Boom. Boom. The closer I could get to entry to this time right there, the better. But I count a possible 5 down. Expect a little bounce here if it's going to be actually true. Ooh, look at that. This move down is actually barely bigger, so this actually could be true. Expect that high to be rejected, if not the D1 high. That high as well. Expect this to be a bounce. This could bounce pretty high, all the way up to the D1 high open. Honestly, if you have some balls, you would take this trade real quick. But I was a little late on calling that, so it will still be a counter trade on my indicators side, so not even positive momentum on the 1 minute time frame. It's just lining an order block, which order blocks are very, very good for scalps if you're ballsy and got balls and know where to place stops, know what order blocks look like. And again, let's go over that little quick homework thing. The closer to order block that you're studying is to current price action. So if this is happening like this, and we have all this price action forming, and we're actually not dipping into the order block you're pointing out, then it's most likely not a good order block. This is probably a false order block. And if it's going to be tested, it's probably going to be broken. Look what happened. Tested, broke. Okay. Alright. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been your boys, Social Mother effing Heavy, with a dose of crypto 4X and stock, but we didn't cover 4X or stocks. Like I said, crypto is moving. So if it's moving, why not trade it, right? Jeez. Link has made a significant downtrend. I might buy this retrace here on ETH, depending on how. Ooh, that's a really hard retrace. That was a hefty retrace. So again, catch me this Sunday at same time. This time we'll cover the high time frame and a little bit more things. Make sure you come with your questions. I like questions. I like to answer them. I like to feel like I helped you guys in any sort of way. Alright? Appreciate y'all. Till next time. Be safe. Much love, my friends. Peace out.
On this one-way train road, and I can't find the brakes, taking me where I don't know, 'cause I'm